What is up, guys? Hope you guys are having a great day after yesterday's pump. Today we have another very important episode because Chainlink did manage to hold above the resistance line of around $14 and $15. It did break out of the symmetrical triangle, and we're also managing to keep the momentum, and we're currently pushing upwards of $18. Chainlink is looking very healthy. We're going to take a look at two scenarios. One of the scenarios, the bullish case, might take us to $25 and even more, $30, $40. And we're also going to take a look at the bearish case that will take us to $10. But I'm going to be telling you right now, I'm leaning more bullish. So I'm really excited for this episode, and you should definitely watch the whole thing. And as always, to my favorite subscribers, guys, you guys are simply amazing. We are now at 450 subscribers in only 20 days. That is unbelievable. Let's get that number to 500 now. I can't believe I'm saying this, 500. And to you guys, the new people, if you are new here and you want daily quality price analysis of Bitcoin, Chainlink, and cryptocurrency news, feel free to subscribe to the channel, guys. Welcome, guys. And as always, my name is Andreas, and I have been in Bitcoin for 3 years. I first started accumulating my first Bitcoin in June of 2017, and I've been investing for a total of 4 years. But guys, I want you to do one thing. Please comment down below how long you have been in Chainlink and what other coins you think are interesting. Also, if you are a Chainlink or Bitcoin holder, smash that like button. So let's just jump right into the chart, guys. Here we have the Chainlink chart, guys. Let's drop the symmetrical triangle that we talked about in yesterday's video. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, I would definitely recommend checking it out. Here we have the triangle, and as you guys can see, we broke out perfectly out of this triangle. And yesterday we talked about the importance of Chainlink, of keeping the momentum, and we did keep the momentum, and now we're all the way up at $17.50. And also Chainlink was able to hold the crucial support level that we also talked about of around $14. If we were able to hold about $14, $15, I gave it a bigger chance that we would go to the upside. We would reach around $18. And the way we can find out usually where the price will go is that if you measure from the breakdown to the breakout, and then you take the line that we should come up at around $18 somewhere. And when you get this line, it's not like the price is guaranteed to go all the way up here, but it will give you a ballpark estimate of where the price could go. And one thing that is important, because we were able to keep the upwards momentum, we have to zoom out a little bit and take a look at this long-term trend line. Let's draw up the trend line right here, and as you guys can see, the trend line is looking beautiful. We bounced out of this trend line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. This trend line acted as support, and then yesterday we got this momentum boost all the way up to 17.5. So this technically means that the parabolic uptrend is still intact, and we are looking very healthy and good now for Chainlink. So this leaves a lot of room for growth. If we move the chart around here a little bit, you guys can see this trend line, and let's extend the trend line just with the drawing. Since we got this yesterday's momentum, Chainlink has a lot of room to wiggle around here, $15, $16 for the next 2 to 3 days. I feel confident we're going to continue this uptrend, and we might see the prices of $24, $25 in the near short term. It might take 1-2 weeks. Now I'm going to show you guys one thing that is really important to keep in mind, because if we do look at the chart here and we measure from the low of around $3.5 and we measure all the way up to the previous top. The previous top was almost $9. That's 128% increase. But now if we do the same thing from this previous high and then we measure all the way up to this high, that is 26% increase. So these two run-ups are looking the same, even though they look different on the chart. They are the exact same in percentages. And now comes the interesting part, and this also gives me a lot of confidence in Chainlink, because if we remove this and then we measure the dip, what happened when we reached the top here and then we came all the way down here, and that is around a 28% decrease, right? And now we do the same thing from this top down to this bottom, and as you guys can see, and this is a 32% retracement, this is a 28% retracement. So both of these run-ups are looking the same. Like this was 130%, this was almost 130%, and then the retracement was around 28%, and this was around 32%. So they are very similar. And as I guys showed you, now we got that momentum going, and now we still have a lot of room here for Chainlink to go sideways and consolidate, but it is important that we're able to stay above 15-16 for the next 2 to 3 days. But overall, if Chainlink can continue this, I can easily see a price of Chainlink of $25-30 in the near short term, because when these parabolic advances continue and they keep going, the prices can skyrocket up very, very fast. But as always, we do have to take a look at the bearish scenario, even though I don't like to look at it, but we do have to take a look at it, and I'll show you guys. But I'm starting to lean a lot more bullish now because we got that upwards momentum out of basically nowhere, and Chainlink is looking very healthy. But let's take a look at the bearish case. And in my bearish case, we're talking about an Elliott wave correction. Let me show you guys. I'll even put a picture up right now that you guys can look at, and now then you will understand what an Elliott wave correction is. So let's draw up the lines here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 5, which marks the top. And usually how an Elliott wave corrects, as you guys can see in the picture, first we tend to come down, and then it tends to, as you guys can see in the picture, then we tend to get a little small bounce, a little hoopium bounce, as I would call it, a bounce of, oh, maybe, you know, going back up again. And then the devastating blow comes right after and just takes us all the way down again. You might be wondering why I put us all the way down at 10. That is because in the other videos that you can go back and watch, we talked about that this right here is a falling wedge. So this is what a falling wedge looks like, and this is where the breakout happened off the falling wedge when we started going upwards and created all of these small bullish pennants. So down here is the start of the falling wedge, and usually when there is a falling wedge, we tend to correct all the way down to the start of the breakout, which is over here. And we can also draw a line from here from the breakout, and that breakout gives us a price of around $10.5. And this is the bearish case. The way the bearish case plays out is, in my opinion, let's remove some lines here, is simply if we're not able to hold above this long-term trend line, and we do come crashing down here, and if we do break the level of around 16 and we break this trend, then we could easily see a fall down, and that first fall would come all the way down to 13.5, and then it's going to be the third time we're testing this level. So that is how the bearish scenario plays out. If we're not able to hold above 15-16 and we come to this trend line and we're not able to bounce out of it, and then we could easily just come down here, and then we would have to hold support here. But right now Chainlink is looking good and healthy. And now we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, in my opinion, is playing a crucial role in this. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. So here is Bitcoin, and there's a lot of speculation of what pattern Bitcoin is. Some people are saying this is a falling wedge. Some people are saying that this is an ascending triangle and we broke out of the triangle, and now we are currently retesting this, testing this resistance line again. Some people are thinking that this is a double bottom. For me, this could technically be a double bottom, and now we're on the way up again. But what I think is most likely is the fractal pattern. And what a fractal pattern is basically there's two similar patterns, but just on a smaller scale. Let's zoom out a little bit and I'll show you exactly. We talked about this in yesterday's video. So as you guys can see here, this pattern could be the same as this pattern, meaning the pattern on top is going to do the same as this pattern right here. This got a bounce up, then it went down, then it went up and down, and then it got a higher high, went down again, consolidated, and then got an up boost. And it's the same thing here. It went up, came down a little, we consolidated, made a second high, now we're coming down. So this could technically, we are going to consolidate in here, and then we're going to get an upshoot all the way up to the price target of around $13,000. And I'm just going to keep this short and sweet. If this fractal pattern turns to play out, I think great for the crypto market and Chainlink, and then we could potentially see Chainlink prices of $30, $35, because I think that's going to bring a lot of confidence to the crypto market, because if Bitcoin goes up, then everything else goes up, and I think that will be amazing for everybody. So that was it for today's episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy it, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and have a great day.